This is my public servant's service announcement for being Jewish. So, one of the things I tell people, especially people who aren't Jewish or don't know a lot about Judaism, is that I am an open book. I'd rather you ask me your weird questions about Judaism than have some sort of awkward moment with a Jewish colleague. I would love that. So, by the way, this is open call. If you have questions about what it's like to be Jewish, you can anonymously message me or just like whatever, or post it in here. I'm happy to share. Uh, but one of the things I really want to talk about is like hatred against Jews, right? Hatred against Jews looks very different than hatred against other populations. And it's not something that people understand. There's a lot of hatred that comes from people thinking that Jews don't have a lot of problems. It just looks different. And so, one of the things I want to point out to you that I think a lot of non Jewish people don't realize is how much we take this concern to heart. And I ask I ask some people who are like Christian and stuff, and I'm like, how much does your church spend on security every year? And it's like, oh, what do you mean security? Like, like a security guard, like that's a thing. And I realized, like, I guess it didn't hit me that other houses of worship don't have as much of a security budget as every synagogue in this country, and even more so in Europe and other countries in the world. Is that sometimes you'll find a very like tough guy at the front of the synagogue. Like, this happens more in Europe than does here, but they'll like interview you, be like, why are you here? Who brought you here? Like, are you really Jewish? Tell me about your bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah, whatever. Like, because it's so crucial that we protect those spaces. Like, we've had shootings here in the United States, but like the anti-Semitism in other countries is like far worse. So I want you to consider this, that like Jewish institutions, including synagogues, put a lot of money into security because of the fear of what people can do to us. And this is not a new thing that just happened now that the media is covering the shootings that have happened at synagogues this year. This is something that's been happening for a very, very, very long time. So I just wanted to give you that perspective next time you think about the security budgets of your house of worship. Thanks for listening, and thanks for being a supporter of your Jewish friends. Bye. See you in the interwebs.